Alright, welcome back guys and girls. This is a video breakdown of the Glock 17 or 19. Let's check it out. Here's a quick reminder of our firearm maintenance schedule. And take a second to pause and make sure you're doing a proper firearm safety check. Or you can follow along with us right here. First thing we're going to do is drop the magazine, reach over, rack the slide, make sure that nothing is coming out of the chamber. We need a completely empty firearm to work on. Then you're going to use this slide stop, rack the slide, and lock the slide to the rear so we can do a visual inspection of the chamber. Seeing we're empty, we'll drop the slide back, point the firearm in a safe direction, and pull the trigger. We've now got a completely safe gun to work on, and we can start breaking everything down. First thing we're going to do is get a shooting grip high up on the frame of the gun and wrap our forefingers around the top of the slide. This is going to give us the ability to maintain control of the gun while we manipulate that slide to be able to unlock from the frame. We're going to use these two pull tabs. Those are called the slide lock levers. We're going to be pulling those down on either side, one with the index finger, one with the thumb. You can see them, they're on both sides just right here. Got the same exact thing, little levers to get your finger and your thumb on and pull it down as soon as we pull that slide back. We're not pulling the slide back a lot, just a little bit. You don't want to re-cock that trigger. We're just tugging back just a little bit by squeezing that hand together and then pulling down on both of those tabs all the way down. It's tricky. If you don't get it the first time, don't worry. Then you're letting the slide go gently. Make sure you maintain control of that slide as it moves forward. If it falls off, you can do damage to your barrel. You don't want to do that. So now we've got our frame separated. You could set that off to the side. We're not breaking that frame down any further for a basic field strip. Now we've got our slide. This needs to be broken down further, and this is where a lot of buildup starts to happen. So we got to make sure we clean this off really well once we break it down. First thing we're going to take out is our recoil spring. Really simple. Make sure that you capture it with your index finger and your palm, push it back towards the front of the gun, pull up, and then release it out. A lot of recoil springs aren't going to fly off on you, especially not with the Glock. But just to be sure, make sure you keep it captured that whole time. Now we've got to remove the barrel. You can see the barrel lug through the top of the slide. We're going to use that piece sticking through the top of the slide to push the barrel up so we can grab the underside of those lugs, lift, and then pull, remove to the rear. Set that aside, barrel's out, and that's a full field strip of a Glock 17 or 19. Simple, simple. From here we would clean, oil, make sure you remember, keep liquids out of that firing pin hole. Now reassembly, everything is in reverse order, simple, simple. So the barrel goes in first, make sure you've got it oriented the right way. We slide it down through the hole at the front of the slide and then slide the lug back into place until you feel it lock. It's not permanently locked in, but you'll feel it slide into where it gets caught. And next the recoil spring goes back in. For a Glock, this skinny part will be facing the back of the slide. The fatter part will be what goes into the hole so you can compress it and lock it down into the little cutout in the lug of the slide. You should be able to give it a little wiggle back and forth, and it's not going to go anywhere. That's how you know you've got it in the right spot, and it'll look level with everything else on the slide. This last part here might be the trickiest, getting the frame back on the slide. You're going to use these two wings built into the frame, and the corresponding cutouts on the slide, those have to go together. This is tricky. If you're not perfectly lined up, they won't go on properly. So take some time, make sure they're lined up well, and don't force it too much. If you have a new gun or a very dirty gun, which you shouldn't if you just cleaned it, it might be sticky. Apply a little bit of force, but do not try to muscle through it. If it's giving you a lot of problems pushing itself back together, you've probably lined it up improperly. Take it back apart and give it another go. Once it starts to slide smoothly into place, what you have to do next is pull it all the way home and lock it open with that slide stop again. This gives you a chance to do a quick inspection, make sure everything seems to be level, everything seems to be flush. Assuming everything passes inspection, you can drop the slide forward, give it a few racks, practice a dry fire, rack it a couple more times, dry fire again. You know that you have a properly functioning gun. You put it back together great. You can reinsert that magazine and you are finished. A couple of quick notes on cleaning and maintenance here, guys. Remember, you don't want to leave a lot of oil on the gun, just enough to leave a sheen to keep that metal on metal friction from becoming a problem, impeding the way that the gun will function. Leave a coat of oil on the outside of your barrel as well. A lot of metal on metal contact with Glocks happens when that barrel recesses to allow the slide to come back. That's going to keep your functioning really, really smooth. All right. If you guys have any other questions, feel free. Let me know. Get in touch on social media. As always, stay smart, stay safe, never stop improving. Make sure you keep that gun well oiled. Follow that maintenance schedule. You'll be great. Have a good one.